Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to jump right into this one about the harsh reality of what life is like for so many young people in 2025.
I feel like everybody else is building a brand or a business or a product or an entrepreneur of some sort or selling something or selling this course and that course or some AI thing. And I just am here with all these ideas and don't know how to get started on anything. I don't know how to implement anything that's like a creation I have in my head, or I'm too scared to start, or I'm too scared to not know what I'm doing. I want to build a business that's able to be run online. I want to be a content creator or an influencer or a digital entrepreneur. I don't know how to start, and I don't want to take another course. I've taken enough courses, I get it. I just don't know how to do it. Every single person I see is just like another this or another that, and I'm like, how are they doing it? I want to do that too. I don't know what to do. I don't know if it's just that I'm scared or I don't have the knowledge and skills. I feel frozen.
So, this is a thing I'm seeing all over the internet. Young people feeling stuck, not knowing what to do, wanting to be a content creator, wanting to make money online. And I totally understand that sentiment because there's so much money to be made online. There's so much to do online. And like I've said in previous videos, there's never been an easier time than right now to do something on your own, to be an entrepreneur, to be a content creator, to do these things. Now, I will be the first to say it is not going to be easy to do those things, but I will also be the first to say that you should try to do it anyway. I'm going to be someone that's going to encourage you to do it, even though for the most part, most people are going to struggle. Being a self-employed individual myself, being someone that makes videos online and has done it for the past 5 years, it is one of the most difficult things to do because no one's going to tell you to do the work. You have to be motivated to do the work in the first place. And that is an issue that this woman is dealing with. Shout out to Chelsea Alberti for posting this. It is a sentiment that a lot of young people share, being stuck and oftentimes comparing themselves to people that they see online. I understand. I understand the frustration that she feels. I understand the idea of just not knowing what to do, having so many ideas in your head and not knowing how to execute. And ultimately, I feel like the biggest driver for young people experiencing this is the fact that they're seeing so many people make a crap ton of money online while these other people are stuck in their 9-to-5 jobs making, $50,000 here, $60,000 a year, and that not being enough to survive. And so one thing I want to talk about really quickly is the fact that making more money is not going to change your life. Now, I know that doesn't make any sense. Let me say it again. Making more money is not going to change your life. I would argue that spending less money is what's going to change your life, and managing your time better now is what's going to change your life. Money is an amplifier. I've said this before on this channel. So if you think that, let's say if you're in $10,000 worth of debt, and if you somehow manage to make $10,000 more each month, that's just going to solve all your problems while not also changing the behaviors of what got you into the debt in the first place, it's not. You're not going to have built the skills of stewarding your money well enough in order to pay off the debt and then build up savings and put yourself in a better position financially. It's just not the case. You may get out of debt initially. However, you'll find yourself right back in it because here's the thing with making money online. It's not consistent. It's just simply not. You have to have multiple streams of income. Now, I'm not going to discourage you from pursuing being an online creator or starting a business online, because if you do it well enough, if you make mistakes and fail forward, you can really create a profitable business. Now, there's going to be peaks and valleys to it, and those who survive those peaks and valleys are going to be the ones that ultimately thrive and can make it their full-time income. I'm all about building those good practices now in the process of getting to where you want to go, so that way when you're at a peak and then go into a valley, you know how to weather the storm. You can actually build a sustainable business online as a content creator or a small business, and then be able to push forward. And another thing that she mentioned about being stuck, not knowing what to do, a lot of that I feel like is just being chronically online. This is an issue that so many people have. I mean, I deal with it myself. And to tell you a quick story, I took a break from YouTube, like consuming any YouTube videos for a week. My perspective changed completely. I felt like I could create videos now and not have my thoughts contaminated by other people, just be true to myself, and also have this desire to do it. There's something about consuming more than you create that just puts you into a place of not being able to do anything. I don't know what it is truly, but the first time I heard that sentiment of creating more than you consume, it didn't really hit until I started trying to create things. And then when I realized that I was consuming way too much and just falling flat every time, I realized I needed to take a break, because when you consume too much, anxiety goes to the roof. I don't know what it is, but your brain is being pulled in so many different directions. And, you see someone talk about something and you see someone create something completely different than that. And you're like, I can do all these things. In your mind, you at least convince yourself that you can. And it's just not a recipe for success. You have to be able to consume things strategically so that you can take information that's going to benefit you and not set you back. Because if you're all over the place with what you consume, your mind is going to be all over the place with what you're trying to create. That's just what I've experienced. It's what clearly this girl is experiencing. And I think if you're experiencing it, you should just take a break from social media. Give it a week. If you really want to be crazy, give it a month, but try to create in that month. And I guarantee you're going to have much more focus on something singular that can be profitable. And that's the thing, is like, you can have all these different interests, but you have to pick the one strategically that's going to work best for you. That's going to be the one that you're going to stick with. It also has a good ceiling when it comes to profit, because you can't just be a content creator to be a content creator as a hobby. It's really a waste of time. I'm not trying to discourage you. I want you to make stuff online. I want you to build an online business, but I want it to have purpose. I want it to have meaning. I want it to solve people's problems, to provide people value, like what I'm trying to do right now, so that you can stick with it for a year, 2 years, 3 years while you're working your current job or whatever you're doing that brings in consistent income. And then there will be a breakthrough if you just persevere with it. Another reason why I think you should also just get rid of social media, get rid of that, and get rid of the phones as much as possible, is that this does not help you manage time. It just makes life harder. And this is not necessarily a video about how terrible phones are or social media is. It's more so about the sad state of people in 2025 with, the cost of living rising and seeing other people make stuff online and feeling desperate to want to do the same thing because it affords you a certain lifestyle. You can have that lifestyle. You can have your time back. You don't have to work a 9-to-5 job. All of that stuff is true, but you have to be able to eat dirt for a couple of years. That's just the case. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, the chances of things blowing up overnight are so slim. Of course, they can happen. Of course, they're outliers, but you cannot make the exception the rule to this. You have to find something that you love to do, that you love to talk about, something that you're skilled in, something that you have value that you can bring to the table, and then do that for a year. Do it for 2 years. And if you manage your time well while you're doing it, it will pay off dividends. I'm telling you right now. The state of things currently within our economy, they're changing rapidly. The traditional work that our parents did as millennials it's kind of falling apart. There is this whole online economy, the creator economy, that is just going to continue to grow. And right now, if you're watching this and you resonated with that TikTok, because I personally did for how I've been in the past, and I know other people did because of the comments that were in this video as well, you need to give it a shot. And again, I want to be someone that integrates my faith into this because I'm a Christian, and I, for the longest time, had no idea what I wanted to do. None, like 0%. And then college, I just really prayed, and I felt like God gave me a clear answer for what I needed to do, and that was within media and production. And now I'm living in that life. I do that full time. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. In fact, it's been so hard sometimes. But there are plans that he has for you, and you just need to go to him and ask and seek, and he'll give them to you. That's what I believe. I'm certain if you pray and believe and ask, you will find direction when it comes to these things, because outside of how difficult it is just to do it, having a clear direction, having blueprints, that's also pretty hard to come by. And I think the last thing I want to talk about is when it comes to these things, you have to approach it as being a servant. You have to approach it as being someone that provides value. I've mentioned this a few times already, but oftentimes people don't know what they want to do because they don't know how they can serve other people. When you put yourself into the shoes of what value I can provide for others, what product can I provide for others that will solve problems, and really dive into that, that's when you're going to get into the profit. I'm telling you right now, because you will find joy in serving other people. You will find joy in providing value for other people. But you got to be 100% for it. It's not going to be easy. In fact, it's going to be extremely difficult, but you can do it. You just got to have perseverance. And so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you got any value from this, please let me know. If you have any questions or you disagree with anything I said, please leave a comment below. And who knows, I might feature it in the next video if it's something that I found interesting. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.